Open that old squeaky gate down on the farm country for you. I'm Larry Marble. I'm the host and owner of the program, and welcome to 2024, the second day of January 2024. Happy New Year to you. Our program is proudly brought to you by the good folks at D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's DDTexasOutfitters.com. We're on the line with Benny Cox. Benny, Happy New Year to you and your family.
Well, thank you, and Happy New Year to everybody out there. I hope they have a prosperous New Year. We've actually got enough moisture to make us feel good about sheep and goat feed into the spring, and that sure is a blessing.
It sure is. Now, speaking of sheep and goats, we won't have one today when you folks are listening to this. We will have a cattle sale Thursday, and then our first sheep and goat sale that next week. What do you anticipate on that? Yeah, what is that date on the next one? The 9th? Yeah.
Yeah, the 9th. Yeah, we'll have a cattle sale this Thursday, and then we'll follow up and have our first sheep and goat sale of the year on the 9th.
Well, tell everybody what you anticipate, both cattle-wise and sheep and goat-wise.
Geez, I don't know. I'm guessing it'll be pretty shy on the cattle end of the deal. People have been tending to business and sitting back. The weather's been really nice part of the world. We've been really mild, had some moisture and all that. It's anybody's guess about sheep and goat deal.
Right.
I'm just amazed at how big the numbers have been up to this point. This cattle deal will be what it'll be. I just have a hard time thinking we'll have a lot of them. Sheep and goat deal, maybe a different story, depending on what these boys. There's a bunch of these boys that put these things together and bring them to us, kind of secondhand stuff.
Right.
And, you never have any, real fix on those things until
they come
the
in.
day of,
Well, we'll keep up with it. Benny, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Well, they can call me if they need to. It's 325-234-4277. The office, same area code, 653-3371. Or they can always look at the web, which is producersandcargill.com. We'll be back in the office tomorrow.
Benny, we appreciate you. Thank you, and we'll talk to you later in the week.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, let's take a look at the movement of corn, beans, and wheat. Excellent chances for rain in Brazil over the next 10 days. Cast a negative overtone for corn, soybeans, and the markets as they wound up the year, with corn trading down 3, beans down 14. KC wheat was quietly down a penny. New weekly export sales from Dece 15 to 21 were good for corn at 49.3 million bushels. Mexico, our biggest buyer. New export soybeans were 36.2 million bushels, mostly to the communist Chinese. Now, milo was a negative of about 2 million bushels due to cancellation of a cargo of crop year 24-25 to the communist. Corpus Christi Public Elevator in Archer Daniels Midland is going to be closed all of this week for milo trucks. John says a heartfelt thanks for all of you making their year a successful one, and they hope you have a happy new year. For help marketing your grains, trust our friend John Tuggle. He's been with us since 1997. 361-852-5207. That's Tuggle & Company, Corpus. I'm down on the farms, Larry Marble. We're here at the kitchen table with Stephen from D&D. Stephen, I understand you've got great things going on in your ropes and roping department.
Yes, sir. So, Larry, we carry Preferred, Shoot Help, and WW roping equipment, and we have way too much here. Your listeners can save up to $500 off select roping shoots while supplies last.
Down on the farm, listeners, while supplies last, you get the discount. Give Stephen a call. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you at D&D.
Just give me a shout at 830-379-7340, extension 160.
Neighbor, let's take a look at meat movement from Friday, our last trade day for 2024. As we look toward the national pork carcass cutout value, 215 higher Friday afternoon at 84.76. That compares to an 87.90 quote for the same time rounding out 2022. USDA's red meat summary showed pork production for the week at 483.3 million pounds compared to 475.9 million pounds during the same week last year. The year's total, 21.177 billion pounds. That's about a 1.1% increase from last year's volume. Slaughter for 2023 was 2.1% above 2022, with 127.345 million head harvested. As we look toward the beef side of the meat equation, my down on the farm neighbors, Let's take a look at wholesale box beef prices for Friday. $289.71 for the choice, $260.33 for the select. That was $1.57 lower for choice and $1.09 higher for select. The quotes ended 2023 with a $2.76 stronger choice quote after $78.35 of range and a $5.70 select price after a $60.41 range. The week's red meat summary showed beef production 429.4 million pounds for the week compared to 443.8 million during the same week last year. The 2023 total was 26.55 billion pounds. That's almost a 5% drop from the same week last year. Slaughter for the week, 508,000 head compared to 535 last year. That left the yearly total at 32.243 million head, down 4.2%. Neighbor, there's your meat moves from from Friday, neighbor.
MG Building Materials, 5 retail locations all over South and Central Texas from the Hill Country to the Gulf Coast. Perfect if you're a contractor or a homeowner. The smallest home improvement job to the largest commercial project, MG's positioned to help everyone. MGBuildingMaterials.com. San Antonio, Corpus, Pleasanton, Kerrville, and Uvalde. Always on the web, MGBuildingMaterials.com. MG's 5 retail centers there to help you at MGBuildingMaterials.com.
We are on the line with Colt Adams from El Campo Livestock Exchange. Now, no sale today, right, Colt?
No, sir. No sale tomorrow, Mr. Larry. We were off for last week and this week for New Year's and Christmas, and we'll start back next week on January the 9th.
Do you know of anything coming? Anybody rattled your chain and called you on the phone yet?
Yes, sir. I do know of one set of weaned calves coming in off one place. They've had them weaned for 45 days. They've had all their shot stuff. And then I do know of another man that's going to be sending a couple hundred head of calves that he held over to the first of the year that are they'll be good calves as well out of crossbred cows and Charolais and Red Angus bulls.
Good. Now, when's your next auction there at the auction yard?
Yes, sir. Our next equipment sale will be February the 17th, and then we do have a special sale here January the 20th coming up. We'll be offering right at 100 bulls and right at 500 females. We do have all the bulls consigned, consisting of Charolais, Brangus, Sim-Angus, every kind of bull. They've been doing this for a long time. This will be the 46th annual sale. And then we'll have 500 good females here, consisting of pairs, breds, and opens as well.
That'll be January the 30th, you said?
The 20th.
The 20th. Well, you folks be sure to be there. You've got all month to plan. Colt Adams, tell everybody how to contact you.
Yes, sir. Best way to get a hold of me is on my cell phone at 361-920-1618.
Young man, we appreciate you. Y'all be careful.
We appreciate y'all, and Happy New Year to y'all.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family-owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. With their own cattle ranches in West Texas, they understand the rural ag economy. Farm and ranch equipment from working chutes and sorting pens to cattle panels and gates, T-post fencing and barbed wire. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. We are on the line with Sean Geiswhite. Sean, Happy New Year to you. I got to talk to your dad this morning.
Same to y'all and everybody else that's listening. Hope everybody had a good Christmas and hope for a better year.
Good. Now, we will not have sales this week. Y'all use the time to kind of get things put together. I know that if your dad and I were talking this morning, I think y'all built a new set of pens in 1996 or 97, I think, right after we had started doing stuff on the air. And I know y'all used the holidays to get things cleaned up, fixed up, painted up, welded up.
Yes, sir. We've been working on that the last 2 weeks, or last week, and continue this week, and then we'll be back ready next week to receive sheep and goats and cattle.
Has anybody called you and probed you about prices and things like that over the holiday?
Boy, it's been pretty quiet. It's actually been pretty nice. It's been quiet, and I hadn't heard of a whole lot. So get through this first part of this week. Today's, first. So I'd assume probably end of the week I'll start getting some phone calls and some questions. But it's been pretty quiet through Christmas and the first. All
right. Well, we'll let you get your work done there at the yard. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Sean.
You can reach us at 830-997-4394.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle work in pens. They've got 2 Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store. Call 210-624-2000. Or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesalesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. We're on the line with Henry Pickett. It's Monday evening, looking toward a Tuesday sale day, but it won't be a sale day in Abilene this time, will it, Henry?
No, our first sale for the new year will be January 9th, 2024, and I want to wish everyone a happy and prosperous new year.
When is our first sheep and goat sale?
The first sheep and goat sale will be the third Saturday of January, which I think is January 20th.
Did you get any moisture in between the time you and I spoke last?
There's been a little bit of moisture in the area, but not enough to speak of.
All right. Do you know of any consignments, cattle or sheep and goat wise, for the next sale?
Oh, we've got several deals. We've got one deal of about 75 cows from middle-aged to older cattle. Then we've got some yearlings, one load of yearlings supposed to be coming. It just depends on the weather and if we can get them in.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Henry Pickett, Abilene Livestock.
Here at the sale barn, I can be reached at 325-673-7865, or my cell number is 940-733-8208.
Henry, we appreciate you, and we'll talk to you before the next sale.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm Larry Marble, and I'm on the line with Aaron Lee from Homestead and Ranch Real Estate. Aaron, why do we need a realtor that specializes in farms, ranches, and vacant land?
Well, Larry, large acreage and vacant land transactions are not the same as residential transactions. There are aspects to negotiations, restrictions, utilities, contracts, marketing, title work, and much more that require expert guidance, something you'll get from a Homestead and Ranch Real Estate agent.
How is it different with y'all?
The agents with Homestead and Ranch Real Estate are rural home and land specialists. Through our continued market research, experience, and our classic approach to customer service, we keep up with prices in an ever-changing market.
How can we get a hold of you?
Well, y'all can reach me directly at 214-985-9862, and I give you my word, I'll call you back. Or you can visit us at www.homesteadandrantch.com.
Aaron, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
Thanks, sir.
Here we go. We're on the line with Jim Wheeler. Happy New Year, Jim.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all the customers out there, too.
Now, you will not be seeing them today when you folks are hearing this, because we will not have a sale at Atascosa Livestock Exchange this week, but we will next week. Jim, what do you anticipate headed our way?
Well, we will have sales towards the end of the week. Everybody else is firing up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I imagine by Tuesday we will have a pretty decent run, 500-600 head anyway. And I'm hoping the market is just as good, if not better, when we crank up.
Good. Did you have any moisture over the holiday?
No, sir, we did not, but we have a chance tomorrow.
Well, good. Well, we'll continue to pray on it. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Jim Wheeler, at Atascosa Livestock Exchange. They sell them every Tuesday, but not this Tuesday.
You can reach us at 830-569-2516.
Jim, we'll talk to you before the next sale. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I'm Larry Marble. We're here with Tracy Phillips, the Texas landlady of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate. They specialize in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acres. Tracy, tell us about this hunting ranch listing you've got near Junction.
Sure thing, Larry. Bowood Spring Ranch is a stunning 1,430-acre ranch that provides some amazing hunting opportunities.
How so?
The whitetail deer harvested on this ranch have scored between the 140s and the 270s, and the area was used as a breeding facility for years, which the whitetail on the property are a testament to that.
Any blinds and feeders?
Oh, yes. We've got 14 blinds, 14 feeders throughout the property. Corn and protein have been utilized since 2017. In addition to the whitetail, there's also axis, black buck, a small fallow herd, Pierre David, scimitar oryx, and various species of ram on the ranch.
How can people get in touch to schedule a viewing of this showplace?
They can always call me direct, 512-393-9996, or find us online at homesteadandranch.com.
Tracy, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
I loved it. Thank you so much, Larry.
Maybe here's a shotgun look at the grains. 1047 on Milo to Corpus. Corn 516 1/4 to Corpus. Hard red winter wheat to Houston 672. Placido beans 1208. Texas cotton 15,332 bales at 77.50. That's it. That's all. I'm gone.